So the stage is now set. The Lakers will be going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 1 of the playoffs. And as of this time I'm recording, game 1 is tomorrow, and I have a lot to talk about. I think everyone views the Lakers as clear favorites for obvious reasons, but Ant-Man had something to say about that. He said, "I love the fact that everybody wants the Lakers to win. That's how it's supposed to be. They don't want the Timberwolves to win. I get it. I love the mindset that Anthony Edwards has, but I do think he is kind of making something out of nothing with that statement. Obviously, LA is a bigger market than Minnesota with more fans, and the Lakers have two of the most popular players on the planet, so obviously they are going to be the team with the spotlight on them. But hey, if that's what gives Ant-Man fuel, then I'm all for it. That is going to give him all the motivation he needs. But still, I just think LeBron and Luka is too much for what the Wolves have when you consider there's AR-15 and a lot of other good role players on the Lakers as well. Really, the only chance the Timberwolves have to win this series is if Julius Randle, for the first time in his career, steps up and has a good playoff series. We've never seen it happen before. Let's take a look at Julius Randle's playoff career. He already said he wants the LeBron matchup, but I think he needs to hold his horses. But he again just needs to prove that he can be a competent player in front of the bright lights. In the 2021 playoffs, he averaged 18 points, 11.6 rebounds with 4 assists, and at first you might be like, what do you mean he hasn't been good in the playoffs? Those are strong numbers. But then, let me show you his shooting splits. He shot 29.8% from the field with 18.8 attempts per game. Scoring 18 points on nearly 19 shots a game is horrible. And then in 2023, his numbers dropped. He had 16.6 points a game with 8.3 rebounds and 3.6 assists, and he shot 37.4% from the field. Those numbers as a whole are about as bad as it gets in terms of efficiency, and this series is not going to be any easier for him in terms of the pressure, bright lights, and the opponent. As of right now, I have no reason to believe that Julius Randle is going to step up in this series, and that is a big advantage for LeBron and the Lakers. And I can pretty much tell you what LeBron is going to do this series because I have seen him do it throughout his entire career. Game 1 is going to be his feel-out game. He's not going to play with an insanely high intensity. He's going to look at what the Timberwolves are doing and their game plan. He's going to get a read on how the series is going to go. I still think the Lakers will and should win Game 1 at home, but if the Timberwolves are going to steal one, it's going to be that first game because LeBron is going to set himself up for success later in the series. I know people don't give him credit for it, especially Jordan fans, but he really is the smartest player in NBA history. He can break down an entire team through film in a 7-game series. That's how he's been able to win so much with teams full of role players. I think if LeBron can average 21 to 22 points in this series and Luka can get to 26 to 27 and then Austin Reaves can step up and get maybe like 17 or 18, this series really should be a breeze. Trying to defend Ant-Man could be a big problem in this series because we all know Luka struggles defensively, especially in a playoff setting, but his offense more than makes up for it. I think the Lakers are going to throw a lot of different defenders on Edwards, like Reaves, Dorian Finney-Smith, Vanderbilt at times, definitely LeBron, and the Lakers are going to have to do everything possible to slow him down. Edwards has averaged 33.1 points per 100 possessions as a pro with an effective field goal percentage of 52.4%. Finney-Smith is the player on the Lakers who has the most experience defending Edwards thus far, and the results have been fairly status quo. Edwards has averaged 32.2 points per 100 with an effective field goal percentage of 51.9% against Finney-Smith. Another interesting option that I mentioned is Vanderbilt, who is a former teammate of Edwards on the Timberwolves. He has held Edwards to just 25.5 points per 100 during his opportunities guarding the former #1 overall pick. He is a great offensive player, man, Vanderbilt said after the Lakers practice on Tuesday. He's super physical, he's shooting it well this year, as you can see, so just continue to make it tough for him. He can get going quick, so just not let him get anything easy. Anyways, moving on, the Lakers recently had interviews after their practice, and a few of the players had quite a few things to say. First off, Dorian Finney-Smith was up, and this is what he had to say about the upcoming playoffs and how ready he and the Lakers are for it.
Played in practice.
What is it you're looking forward to the most about the playoffs?
The first time I feel that Laker energy, that I grew up watching them in the playoffs. I'm excited to see how the energy that's going to be in the building.
JJ challenged you guys a couple weeks ago to kind of shift into playoff mode already. Did you feel like that helped you get through the end of the regular season and make this week a chance to kind of stay in that locked in mentally, even if you're not playing the games?
For sure. Coach did a good job of getting us ready, like you said, but just the details. It was more about the details, paying attention to, what we're trying to get done offensively and defensively, and that what.
Here's what Luka and Jackson Hayes also had to say.
Yeah, I think we have a great team. We have guys that are willing to go to war. Everybody's staying together. The chemistry is high, so I think we for sure have a chance.
Thank you. Thank you, Luka. Can you talk about that? Yeah, I feel like it definitely helped Luka a lot because everyone was expecting me on the road now, so it's like there's gonna be low man, and I'm not gonna have a free run at the hoop every time. So I know I gotta be looking out for low man. So I feel like it's definitely helped me a ton and helped me progress my game. Also, watching passes like that, it just makes you want to pass the ball more. So.
I apologize for some of that audio. I could not find the best clips without the balls bouncing in the background and stuff. But nonetheless, I think the guys are pumped up for the moment, and they really don't have to make this more than what it is. They just need to follow the exact same formula that they have throughout the second half of the season, and they should be well on their way to getting the job done. Because we all know the Lakers have players that step up their play and their numbers in the playoffs, which is pretty much the opposite of Julius Randle. LeBron James last year in the regular season averaged 25.7 points per game with 7.3 rebounds and 8.3 assists, and then in the playoffs he averaged 27.8 points per game with 6.8 rebounds and 9 assists. Luka Doncic last year in Dallas in the regular season averaged 33.9 points per game with 9.8 assists and 9.2 rebounds, nearly averaging a triple-double, and honestly, you can't really do much better than that numbers wise. That is just unhuman like. And in the playoffs, he averaged 29 per game, but again, the circumstances were completely different. He was the guy defense's game planned around, and Luka still led the Mavs to the finals, so his numbers on paper, I guess, kind of dropped, but he was still the same player as always, and he is going to need to be huge for the Lakers this year in the playoffs, and he will be, I have no doubt about it. Anyways, now looking past the Timberwolves series, I think the Lakers being the 3 seed is very beneficial to them, because that would set up a potential second round matchup between either the Rockets or the Warriors, 2 teams I think they can beat in 6 or 7. Obviously after that, you never know what's going to happen. The OKC Thunder are a very good and just loaded team, but hey, to be the man, you've got to beat the man. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the Lakers heading into this year's playoffs in the comments below. Drop your predictions for the T-Wolves series as well. To me, it's Ant-Man, ceiling fan, cooking pan, Lakers in 5. Nah, I'm just trolling, but if I had to make a real official prediction, I'm going Lakers in 6. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. We're on the road to 50k subscribers, we're almost there. Thank you all so much again, and until next time, I will see you all later.